Hello and welcome. This Valentine's week, 3 famous little words were spoken between couples all over the world. In India, however, at least a few women likely heard 3 very different words. Words that have been the focus of heated debate for decades, which reignited this week in the wake of an impending Supreme Court decision and the ongoing UP elections. Talaq, talaq, talaq. The 3 little words that can grant Indian Muslim men instant divorce or talaq ul biddat. If the practice is ancient, its practitioners have certainly moved with the times. The words are now increasingly being emailed or WhatsApped via text. The clock is ticking. The apex court is hearing a plea of a woman named Shayara Bano, whose marriage of 15 years was dissolved within minutes, unilaterally, with her husband dispatching a talaqnama to her while she was at her parents' home in Uttarakhand recuperating from an illness. Shayara has not been allowed to see her 2 children who are with their father. She's gone to court saying that this is blatantly unfair, unjust and invalid. And this week, the Supreme Court declared that on the 11th of May, a 5-judge constitution bench will decide whether instantaneous triple talaq is protected by the Constitution. And today on We the People, we're asking, is it time to end the tyranny of triple talaq? And joining us, we have Shazia Ilmi of the BJP, Shahzad Poonawala of the Congress, Mohammad Adib, former Rajya Sabha MP, Hilal Ahmed, he's with the CSDS. We have Zakia Soman, she's the founder member of the Bharatiya Muslim Mahila Andolan, one of the petitioners seeking a ban on triple talaq. They also want the codification of Muslim personal law to be based on the Quran. We have Maulana Muhammad Sajid Rashidi joining us here. He's the president of the All India Imams Association. We have Shaista Ambar, president of the All India Muslim Women's Personal Law Board. But I want to start with Arshia. Arshia, you are a teacher in Delhi. 6 years ago, your husband gave you a verbal talaq. You had been married for 12 years?
My husband is in the Indian Air Force and we were posted in Hyderabad. Like on 24th of April 2011, he called me in the drawing room and he tells me that on 18th April 2011, I have given you talaq. And it came as a shocker for me because I'm a converted Muslim and I was a born Hindu. I was converted to Islam. I was the one who actually got my husband into reading namaz because unfortunately he was quite away from all this.
Clearly, it seems so.
Yeah. 2011, when on 24th, when he told me that, I obviously became hysterical because my child was on bed and I didn't have anybody. I didn't have any support system from my own family. So I went down on my knees, I begged him, I said, whatever it is, because, whatever his interest was, I said, you can carry on with that, but don't throw me out. Where am I going to go? Then, the commandant came to know about it because my daughter lying on the bed, she called up the commandant's wife. The matter was taken to the Air Force. The commandant spoke to him and he had beaten me up also because I was all blue. So they told him that if you, one more action of this and we'll give you to the civil police. So on 26th April with his uncle and his cousin, he went to LA Hadith. There the Imam Sahib was from Sitapur, from UP, and I belong to Bareilly. So he spoke to me on the phone. And he was very nice and he spoke to me. He said, Beta, what happened? So I explained the whole thing to him and he said, are you sure you? I said, definitely, I don't want this marriage to end. So he said, okay, fine. So my husband took back the talaq. Then we stayed together for a month and then he tells me that still I'm very, restless. Probably his girlfriend must have given him some kind of a thing. So he said, well, you have to shift out for a certain time and I'll call you back. I was so scared because, to be honest, taking care of my daughter and not having a steady job, I was so scared I didn't want the marriage to end. And I agreed. I said, okay, fine. We moved out. I waited for him to call me. Ramzan, we got a call. Bakra Eid ke dusre din, we got a call. So my daughter was very excited. Mama, Papa ka call hai. So I was like, I picked up the call and the first thing he tells me is that the talaq that I gave you on 18th April is jayaz because I am from Hanifi sect. And wo jayaz hai. So isliye that talaq is this thing and I'm moving the papers in the Air Force and I'm getting her name removed. I was shocked. all this carried on since 2011. I've been struggling. I've been like going to the court. The cases have been filed. I mean, there's a DVC case, there's a criminal case on him for, forging all these documents. Now in November, he went to Jamia Nizamia. There also he has fooled them because he has not told them that he's done ruju and he's taken me back.
Status now?
Status right now is, I don't know. I mean, I'm like officially, according to the All India Muslim Personal Law Board also, I am still his wife. But he does not accept it. So I'm still, like, I'm on my own. My daughter, we both of us are on our own. We have no support system, nothing. I mean, there's nothing.
Shazia, I can see from your expressions as you were listening as a woman, there was a mix of both sympathy and fury. And I'm assuming your blood is boiling. I mean, as a woman, mine is. But you're really here in an official capacity. You're representing the BJP. Let me ask you this. You know, a week before UP went to the polls, the BJP raised the issue of triple talaq. We had the law minister say, after the assembly polls, the centre is likely to take a big step, a major step on this issue. Is the party trying to right a wrong here, or is this just vote bank politics?
I don't know whether it's vote bank politics, because if you remember Bano case, Congress did the reverse and got all the votes.
So the BJP
I don't know.
So
I don't know about that, and I don't think such issues should be politicized at all. I really think it's a woman's issue. It's a human issue. I don't care if I was in the BJP or Congress or any party whatsoever. But the fact of the matter is, this contravenes the spirit of the Constitution, which is right to equality, right of equality. But more than that, it is also against Quran. Quran itself, this is talaq-e-biddat, which is talaq of innovation, which doesn't have place in talaq. So what we're following here in India is against the 22 Islamic theocratic nations, where Sharia is indeed followed. Even there, talaq-e-biddat is banned. So I don't know who we are following. It's just to spite BJP. Are we going to allow triple talaq to happen? Just because BJP might get ahead. Fine, you dislike the BJP, dislike the BJP. If you don't like the Prime Minister Modi, dislike the Prime Minister Modi. But please speak up for women like Shayara, Bano and others. If what Prime Minister is saying helps the Muslim women, be with the Prime Minister on this case. Just because you want to oppose BJP doesn't mean you have to oppose your own religion, Quran, which itself stands for women, which gives such an important position to women. Right to property, right to inheritance, right to marriage. It was given first by Quran Sharif in Islam, then by any other religion. So people who want to oppose Modi for the sake of it are actually opposing their own religion. So they're cutting their nose to spite their face, which is very idiotic.
Shehzad, as Shazia pointed out, it was a Rajiv Gandhi government that capitulated to vote bank politics after the Bano verdict. So many would ask, are we where we are today because of the Congress party? But let me ask you a more specific question that I also try to put across to her. The law minister, a week before UP goes to the polls, says that this is not about religion, that triple talaq is a social evil. It's not about religion. This is about the rights of a woman. This is about respecting a woman, and this is about gender justice. He then challenged the SP, the BSP and the Congress to come clean on its stand. What is the Congress's stand today?
Well, I'll speak. I'm a member of the Congress. That can't be taken away from me. But I'm also a participant in this debate because I'm also Muslim, and a young Muslim at that. So let me first answer the question. Shazia invoked Mr. Modi. One has no problem when anybody takes up the issue of women's rights. And as you're referring to the Bano case, let me remind you that the Bano case led to the removal, making of a law, which was the Muslim women's protection of rights on this. One second, ma'am. One second, please don't. You know, the problem is that they think everything is a man ki baat, so they can keep talking all the time and not listen anything. Let me please make my point. I may be completely wrong.
I'm sorry,
but
please
let me make
But you were misquoting.
You don't know what happened then. There was a 1986 law which was passed in Parliament to overturn the Supreme Court order. Kindly get your facts right for once, ma'am. So that law went to the Supreme Court. In the Daniel Latifi case, there are lawyers sitting here, one sit besides me. The Daniel Latifi case confirmed the constitutional validity of this law, saying that it is not infringing Article 14. So stop blaming Mr. Rajiv Gandhi or the Congress party for things that it has not done. Or if you're blaming him, then blame the Supreme Court as well.
Later. The Rajiv Gandhi government did actually capitulate.
Exactly, but my problem with Shazia's narrative is only this. Speak about Muslim women who are suffering from this social evil. Of course do it. But why is Shazia Ilmi and her party using it as a campaign pitch in UP, but not talking about Khap Panchayats, which infringes rights of more women? They take support of Khap Panchayats in Western Uttar Pradesh. Let me make my points now. Uniform Civil Code and this idea of reformation in personal law, which was started by Ambedkar Sahab, which the Congress party pushed, Nehru pushed it and allowed it to be passed, that was opposed by former ancestors of Shazia Elmi, which was Mr. Golwalkar and the Jansangh and the Hindu Mahasabha, and it is on record even in the today in the RSS. They say that we will never allow for such reformation to be made. This is their history and their ancestry. Forget everything else. I just put one question to Shazia. In Goa, where they are ruling right now, there is, as we speak, a law which allows a Hindu man to have more than one wife after the age of 25 and 30 if his wife does not give birth to a child. Is Shazia revoking that law? Is Shazia revoking? Is Shazia going to also talk? Also, one last point, Shazia. The divorce rate, the divorce rate of Muslims is 0.56 as per the census 2011. The divorce rate of other community, which Shazia's party seems to champion the cause for, I don't believe it, is 0.76. It includes the rate of separation, with unilateral separation, where husbands don't tell anything to their wife and dump them, which we've seen in Gujarat. Can Ms. Shazia Elmi also talk about that? Can she have the courage to talk about that? And finally, you opened with a very provocative statement, Sarah. You said, do you think all Muslims give their wives talaq by WhatsApp and SMS? Let me remind you, the BMMA, which I respect completely, they have done a study of 117 cases. I am quoting from BMMA survey. She is sitting here. She will confirm this. Divorce by phone, 0.02%. By SMS, 0.19%. I am saying even one case is wrong.
Even one case
one
is
case
too
is
much.
not allowed.
One
and
case
it
is
is
too
illegal.
many. Even one case is too many.
There are several more
changing.
cases
As technology comes in, people are accessing technology more.
The Khap Panchayat deaths, the Goa law case. Please have your stand on this as well.
Shehzad, one second. Shehzad, the fact that divorce rates may be the lowest amongst Muslims doesn't mean much. It may just mean there are many women who are in marriages they're not happy in, and they don't have the financial independence. They don't have the support to move on.
Would you not expect the
central
government?
We have Arsha here who may have has moved on now, but at that point of time she was not willing to. I'm coming back to you, Shazia. I'm coming back to you, Shazia.
First of all, let me make it very clear, it's not about me.
Wait a minute, I'm coming back to you. I just want to add.
I know your hatred for BJP is taking over, even your consideration for women.
Hold on, let me ask
Hindus,
a question.
Sikhs and Muslims.
Why does it become hatred for BJP?
Because
I
it's
don't
not
care
about
the
Mr. Modi,
BJP
it's beyond Mr. Modi, it's about these women. Why do you get politics and everything?
Because
if
you
Satish
said
bad,
that
say
Mr. Modi
Satish
is
bad.
doing
Khap
it.
Panchayats are
Mr. Modi is a
bad.
politician.
Let me ask you.
Sarah, you must allow me to
I am. The fact is, when you make this argument that the BJP is now being a defender of women's rights, it does. Hold on. It does sound disingenuous. The BJP has, in the past, it has stood up for these obscurantist institutions like Khap Panchayats. We've seen Valentine's Day this year, where we've seen associations that are associated with the BJP, like the Bajrang Dal, that have been going around beating up couples in parks on Valentine's Day. Hold on. Hear me out. At the same time, you have Mr. Subramaniam Swamy. He's said some toxic things about Sonia Gandhi. The BJP neither censored him nor did they condemn him. So, under these circumstances, when the BJP suddenly brings up the issue of triple talaq before an election, it does sound a bit disingenuous.
And so why should people answer you now?
Yes, so why should people believe that this is not politics? Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, let me start with Bano case. Mr. Shehzad Poonawalla, whose brother Tehseen Poonawalla wrote this obnoxious thing against Priti Rani, also should be spoken about, because you coolly and very happily ignored it. Let me say that.
Let us agree on one thing. No party.
My brother is the
Sarah,
debate.
let me answer. Sarah, will you let me answer now? Will you give me that same
No, but I
honor?
don't want this to become tutu meme, because Congress and BJP can go on.
My brother is
But that's
not
not
in
allowed to
politics, but
happen.
he can
Not
debate.
allowed that to happen, Sarah.
I don't care, I'll answer it.
Sarah, you allowed that to
I am
happen.
ready. Okay, just because she invoked my brother, I, Shehzad Poonawalla, if my brother said anything against women, I'm ready to dump my brother. Can she dump the Subramaniam Swamis of the world? Can she do it? Can she do it? I'm ready to dump my own blood. You can do it.